Hello everybody, Vilisink back again with the Raid Shadow Legends, and in today's video I would like to discuss a champion who I 6-starred, yes, out with CVC, but I have chickens. I can replace the ones I've used. This is a champion I've had for quite some time. I've had clanmates use this champion. Everybody I know of does know of this champion for his kit, for his support. He is super OP. If he is a champion you own, he pretty much is not mandatory, but it's highly recommended that he goes to 6 stars. And without further ado, let's waste no time. You want to jump in and see this champion? So this champion is in the Orc faction, and his name is Vrask. Now, I did this morning. Early this morning, I had chickens. I'm looking through people who I want to do. You know, I recently did Deacon as well, and not long, like a week ago, maybe even less than that, did Sylar. Vrask for a long time is a champion that I definitely wanted to 6-star. You may notice he's not fully ascended. I need one more superior potion to do that, and then I will get the banner on him. But as a level 60 champion, he is super OP. From 50 to 60 is a tremendous jump in base stats, and you will notice that when you use him, that gives a part of his kit a tremendous boost. So let's quickly just admire the skin. It's one of my favourites. If I had to choose between the skin for Warlord and Vrask every single time. Don't care what anybody says. Yes, they're the same skins. It's just some colour differences and it's slightly different. But Vrask, if you ask me, is one of the best looking champions in the game. So he's a HP based epic champion. Used for support, not used for damage. He's used for support based on his kit, which we'll get to in a minute. So base stats. HP 22,800. Let it soak in, and then we'll let it soak in a little bit longer because that's a fantastic starting base number. 22,800 as a base number. Just imagine you're getting potentially 11,000 from a 6-star chestplate if it's fully maxed, if it's HP. And I always say, if it's a HP based champion, if you're over 20k, it's a very solid foundation that you can grow your base stats off of. So when I 6-starred him, I was doing the champion training, and you just basically went 1 to 60. I never stopped. I had the energy saved up that you get every 3 days or so. Then there was the weekly energy, the advanced quest energy. I think I used maybe like 160 gems just to keep going, and I never really checked it out. But it's awesome, and it jumps way up. So one of the best in the game for sure for base stats. Attack, defense. Let's jump to them. So attack is quite irrelevant. It doesn't really make a huge difference with his attacks. Not what we're using for. His defense 859. So could be slightly higher, but he's HP based. So, and yes, mine's a little bit squishy, but I potentially might rebuild him when I get the ascension done to level 6. I'll throw on a resistance banner. Then potentially I might swap something out if I get a HP substat on it, which would be fantastic to make that slightly better. Speed's 97, not the quickest, not the slowest, but 97 is still quite good. It's a good starting number. Crit rate, crit damage is 1550, which I believe is just normal. Nothing too great there. Resist, he has a base of 30, and accuracy, he has a base of 0. Now the resistance is quite nice to have as a base number. The accuracy, we do not need. We'll look through his kit and you're going to see he does not need accuracy. HP, some speed, and if you want, resistance. You can throw on defense so he's less squishy, but those are the 3 that you want to prioritize, and we're going to just jump on to the total stats now. 81,000 HP, 1600 attack, 1500, 75 defense, although that attack is quite irrelevant. 162 speed, could be quicker, but we can, when I get the banner, hopefully get some nice rolls, push that over 180. Crit rate 100%, 101%. It is imperative he has crit rate. He absolutely, for parts of his kit, has to have over 100% crit rate. If he doesn't, you're losing most of his value, and we'll explain why. Crit damage 63%, all he's got is the boost from the Great Hall. He used to have crit damage gloves, but not anymore. 88 resistance and 111 accuracy. Again, the resistance can go up when I get a banner for him. And also, he has no masteries because we'll do that in clan versus clan. And as you can see, I'll just quickly show you that he is not booked. Again, I will do that in clan versus clan. So his A1 whack just books up. Books will add damage. Single hitter fills this champion's turn meter by 20% if his attack is critical. Again, it's why you need the crit rate 100%. If he's getting a turn meter filled by 20%, every 5 hits, he's getting a free turn. And the quicker you make him, you may put him in relentless gear, he's just going to proc more turns, get more turn meter. Which also helps with another part of his kit we'll get to in a minute, which is his passive. So for an A1, this is really, really nice. It's a turn meter fill of 20%, not 5%, 10%, 15 is 20, which is quite nice. And it's extra turns, which you're going to see work quite well in a minute. His A2 quickly sucks. We can cool down, we can get a cooldown on it, but for what reason? Because it does nothing. Cannibalism is his passive. Heals all allies by 10% of his max HP when he inflicts a critical hit. Again, we need crit rate at 100%. It's essential. That HP, better speed. The defense resistance can kind of come and go, but he has to have crit rate. If he doesn't, you're losing most of his value. Without crit rate at 100%, you do not get a turn meter fill, and you do not get the heal for all allies. And the heal, when he was at 50, I was getting maybe 4,700 to all my allies, and as you can see now, that well jumped up. I went 1 to 60 without checking the base stats, and not long had I looked before I'm doing this video, and his heals now for all of my allies are going to be insane. So whatever his HP is, 10% will be given to all allies. Increases ally defense in dungeons by 33% for an aura. So dungeons, it's quite nice to have some defense. 33% is a very strong number. Gear sets are just immortal. I think I'll potentially change one of these pieces for an immortal piece, but I did accessories instead of the other gear sets as far as the artifact enhancement is concerned for Rorik. So I'll find a hem. I do believe there is some leveled up that I can swap over, and because of that I'll get an extra boost in HP, which I don't mind. So you've seen how he's built, you've seen how he's ascended, etc. His stats. Let's show you kind of how he works. So we're going to jump in. I'm going to jump into, let's go to one of the dungeons. Now, Dragon is the common one to go for, so let's just jump into Dragon 20. I don't need him, but what you'll see is if we take up, for instance, Royal Guard. Let's screw it. Take out Rotos and we'll put Vrask in. Now we'll put Vrask in purely to show how strong his kit is. He won't make a difference in the completion of the run. The run will not fail anyway. Might take a little bit longer. Rotos is not there. He's very good. I do enjoy using him, but we would like to show off his kit as far as how his heals go. So it will speed everybody up. We'll just go there. We'll drop a bit of damage. Kale is quicker than the decreased defense champion. That is crazy. Decreased defense. we'll do this move. We'll get to Vrask in just a moment. So he healed 2400 points through the Immortal. Now we have his A1 again, turn meter fill, of the A2, which is pointless. Heals all allies by 10% of his max HP when he inflicts a critical hit. So we have crit rate, so all of our hits will be critical. Means we're getting a heal every single time, and we're also getting a turn meter fill. So it doesn't matter who you hit, bang, 8124 HP. So we'll go. You could even go into the AI and turn off his A2 because it is really pointless. If you get 4 books in his A1, I mean, you could, but I don't think he necessarily needs books. You could put him in Relentless for more turns. You could put him in Shield, and he will just potentially have 110, 120,000 HP, and you will get monumental heals back. So let's just have a look at. Let's go to 1 times speed for a second. I very rarely do it, so you have less chance of getting a crit hit on magic. So should have noticed that. Let's see. Dragon 20, damn you, that affinity matchup. See if we can get this working here. If not, we'll just go to Fire Knight, which I believe is a better one. So we get less weak hits. I should have taken that into account. Obviously the affinity matchup going up against magic. So 19, we'll do 19, it's the same affinity. And then it doesn't really matter what everybody else does. Again, this is purely for Vrask. We'll just show you the power of his healing. Potentially we could take him into Doom Tower as well. We'll show you a couple of waves. But it's going to be the same thing. His kit is based around one thing. You give him crit rate at 100%. Give him a lot of HP. Boom, 8124 HP back on all allies. Every single time he takes a hit, granted you don't do what I did and go to a magic pile of enemies, you're going to get tremendous heals every single time. He will also fill his turn meter by 20% on every single hit. So I'd recommend turn off the A2. It really makes no difference. If you're doing an A2 that's pointless, why do it? And let's see again, we're going to get 8,000. Of course we are. Come on Vrask, hit me some big numbers dude. 8 passive again, procs. So if you're early game, even to mid game, if you pull him early and you're just jumping into dungeons, he could potentially be a 5-star champion and you get 6,000 HP back. That's still really good. That will still help you sustain yourself, given you give him enough crit rate to do so. He's absolutely OP, but what we'll do is, because we've seen the heals, and again 8,000, that's the crux of his kit. That's exactly what he does. That's why you build him the way you build him. For faction wars, he will require resistance. Again, I'll get the banner. I'll check when the keep is open. Get myself a couple of potions. I am quite bad at farming them. I'm not gonna lie. I normally do it when I need to do it. Not kind of because I have to, but I really should do it more. So, see, if we take out her pretty quick, we go to the dragon. That would be cool. If not, we may just disappear. Okay, let's take on the dragon, and then we can do. Well, we do a run in Doom Tower. Put him in with a team and see how he gets on. So we have Kale in Relentless. He's going to be throwing up poisons. Decreased defense. Got Roagar for some damage. Again, don't necessarily need them, but we want to just show off the power of Vrask and his kit, which is, if you give him crit rate and a lot of HP, he will reward your team with sustainability and support through the healing of his passive, and his A1 gives him more turn meter. Turn off his A2 with the AI, you won't need it. That way every single hit he gains more turn meter. It is by far the smartest thing to do. If you have Relentless gear, just as you're seeing with Kyle right now, fantastic. The more turns he gets, the more heals you're going to get. It plays off of his kit tremendously well. And we're just chopping this dragon down. He's going to die of poison damage real soon. Any minute, so maybe 320, 320, 318, that'll do. So, Vrask, 600,000 points worth of heal. Not a lot of damage, it's not what he's there for. We have Kale and Royal Guard there for that. The shielding, he's not even there for that either. He is purely there for the heals, in which he has outshone everybody. Potentially, you could even put him into a regen set or some type of healing set to which he can keep his HP up to keep himself alive if you wanted to, really. But guys, Vrask is a fantastic orc. Make sure you give him some HP. Like I said, he needs 100% crit rate. You have to get crit rate for the turn meter increase, resulting in more turns. And you have to get it for the passive cannibalism, because you're going to get a 10% heal off his max HP, and mine is 81,000, so every time he takes a turn, we're getting 8100 HP back, which is quite phenomenal depending on where you are. You can use him late game also. I've seen certain teams with Vrask, and he genuinely can give you like 15,000 on a hit, and they turn off the A2. They stick with the A1. There is the turn meter increase. You're getting the heal part of the passive regardless. So go to the AI, put the A2 off, keep the A1. Crit rate, speed, HP is all Vrask needs. Guys, he's an OP healer, tremendous in faction wars, great everywhere. And that's pretty much my little showcase for him. When I get the resistance banner on him, when I get the potion, I may do an updated look on him just to let you see in case I change anything. But he's still going to have high HP. He's still going to have maybe more speed. The banner can give us that, but he will absolutely have crit rate 100%. So guys, that does it for the video for today. Hope you enjoyed it. That is Vrask. That's how you build him. That's how you use him. And he will absolutely look after your team with sustainability, caring, love, and major heals, guys. So, everybody, as always, stay safe, keep raiding, have a lot of fun, and I will see you in the next one.